Capitals legend in front of the show, TJ Oshie. TJ, good morning, sir.
Good morning. How we doing?
Good, man. Listen, I know the season's about to start, and before we get into that, I wanted to throw you off with a little throwback first. If you had one more home game, you had to choose either Warroad Roseau at the Gardens or Sioux Gophers at the Ralph. What game are you picking to play in?
Oh, that's tough. It's got to be the Warroad Roseau game at the Gardens. Kind of where it all started for me. My first real big rivalry in my life. So I think about that when I think about rivalries, and the hatred is still very much alive. So I'd love to go back, put myself back in that moment for sure. Hell yeah, classic ring too. Well, man, the last time we had you on, a lot's happened. We've added another Oshie to the lineup. You're one short of a goalie. Yeah, we got a little loose juice that we added to the squad, and yeah, we're growing. I think we're gonna keep it right here, unless something unexpected happens. But no, it's good. She's actually probably the easiest one to deal with in our house right now.
I mean, I suppose like by the fourth one, you can't get the hang of it, right? There can't be that many surprises.
Yeah, I think you do a little bit. I think you really forget how tired you actually get in those first 4 months. So I'm happy that we're out of those months, and she's starting to hold a bottle on her own and all that. But yeah, it's fun. I also have my two oldest, my 9 and 7-year-old are girls, so they're little mommies. So it's easier on the fourth having some help. They get her out of her crib in the morning and bring her down, and Pops is waiting there with a bottle. So
that's the best.
It's nice to have little helpers around.
Yeah, we've heard stories in the past about like teachers will try to plan births in the summer for vacation stuff, and some pro athletes do too. Do you know of any pro athletes that were like, listen, off season is July, that'd be the ideal time to have a baby? I mean, this one was born like middle of January, right? So middle of the season.
Yeah, well, I think if you ask the actual athlete, we probably prefer the beginning of the season. And you, because you're on the road half the time, so you miss all the stuff.
Come on!
If you ask the wives, yeah, they would definitely absolutely plan a May or a June birthday, so the dads could help out a little bit more. So
absolutely,
January was just fine with me.
Talking to TJ Oshie, the Capitals. Obviously, TJ, your life versus the life of common workforce people is different. I wanted to give you real work problems and see what the NHL equivalent is, if there's anything like that. So, for instance, a big problem in our world, TJ, is when the company sends out an email and some moron replies all, and it sends to everybody, and it'll just be like, okay. Is there an NHL equivalent of somebody replying all to the company email?
Oh, gosh. I don't know if there's all I can think about something with that is it's actually kind of a reverse order. We have a team. There's like this Teamworks app or whatever where our team services guy sends out a bunch of, just whatever, the schedule or whatever it is. And I had been, for all of last year, replying like I was replying to the group, making jokes, sending gifts into the app. And no one ever responded, and I just found out recently that I was only sending them to him and not everyone else. So,
oh no!
I guess a little. I was like, gosh, people really don't think I'm funny. But so I guess I'm that guy.
Oh my God! So
you're thinking like, this is my best material. Not even like an LOL. A like on one of these. My gosh,
there were some good ones.
How about the coworker in the office who cooks salmon in the microwave and ruins the office for the entire group? Is there the equivalent of that in the NHL?
Yeah, well, we actually have salmon in our pregame meals, and both at home and on the road. And I mean, on the road, you never know. It might just be someone's bad day, and they decided to leave the salmon out overnight. I don't know what it is, but it's it can kind of ruin a pregame meal. So it definitely happens with us too, and I don't know who exactly to blame, but if there was a name, I'd throw it out here.
I love that you throw them under the bus.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You're at the point now in your career, man, where you've been a Capital longer than you were a Blue. So I think 8 years in D.C. Do you have like a go-to date spot when we have a sitter where you and the missus like to go, or a couple of spots in mind?
Oh, man. we don't really do much for ourselves.
I mean, I saw the outfit for Morgan Wallen. That was pretty sick. The cowboy boots and the
Yeah, we're big movie people. So before we had kids, we were going to movies every week. That was kind of our happy place. We kind of cozied up, loaded up on popcorn and candy. Now, I think at least mine for sure, happy place is at our kids' sports. It's like I don't know. I put on probably like 200 miles driving around the DMV on Sunday to go into sporting events, and I was in heaven. So that's kind of where we get to sit on the sidelines, relax. We pull out our little folding chairs, and that's kind of our time together while the other kids play in the background, and we get to watch
that's awesome.
One of the little ones go to work.
That's so sweet.
I coach high school hockey at Georgetown Prep in the DMV. I do think that there's this trend with kids in sports to only do one sport now. You're kind of like the de facto poster child for not doing that because you didn't just play hockey. And hockey wasn't even like your first option, right?
No, yeah, I was a basketball player growing up. Originally, my dad played just like community college basketball, but that was a big. All my kid pictures, I have a basketball in my hand. So I played every sport that was available to me. Originally out in Seattle, Washington, and and then was a letter in football and golf as well in high school. So. I am definitely against the one sport thing, and I see it now and with my kids, and they have so many like soccer's like five nights a week or something for my 7-year-old, and she has baseball and hockey, and so we miss a lot of those practices, and she shows up to games and doesn't seem like she's falling behind at all. So I think there is something to being an athlete and trying a bunch of different things, having different teammates, more friends. Different coaches as well. You learn different things as a kid. I think you stick with one coach for 5 to 7 days a night or a week. It's you're really only learning from one person. So I'm very into playing all the sports, being an athlete first. You never know what sport's not going to work out, what sport you're going to get burnt down in, or maybe there's another sport that you're going to love more. So I like to let the kids try them all and play what they want. The only rule is if they start something, they got to finish it.
Yeah,
exactly.
This might be a stupid question. I mean, obviously, you're a world-class athlete, and obviously, you trained really hard. Do you think had you focused on football or a different sport as much as you focused on hockey, would you have gone pro in that, or is that just hockey was just in the cards?
I'm not necessarily sure I would have went pro in one of the other ones, but I think I would have made a career out of it one way or another, whether that's being a coach or playing in a minor system or whatever it was. I'm a very determined, very competitive person. So I think whatever I choose, I would have played at the collegiate level in whatever sport it was. Or, I mean, if it was up to me, I would have played multiple college sports. But I've always loved coaching. I'm thriving right now, even just being like a part-time assistant, like dad coach that helps out the coaches every once in a while in softball. So I'm looking forward to the day where I can put on the coach's hat and coach the kids, and who knows, maybe coach a higher elite level.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, listen, if you want to coach with us, TJ, I know you're busy during the season, but we'd love to have you at Georgetown Prep.
I can sneak in.
Absolutely.
That would be awesome.
We've had you on the show before, and I think you're a cool dude, and that obviously you're a professional athlete, but it's not everything you do. I'm going to read some milestones that you'll probably hit this year. I'm curious if you're even aware of this. So, for instance, this year, you'll probably hit 300 goals, 400 assists, 700 points in 1,000 games. Were you even, is that even in the back of your mind at all, or is that the first time you're hearing that?
I had no idea about the goals, assists, or points. Those are pretty big milestones for myself. The 1,000 games is one that's always stuck out. I had a GM way back in the start of my career who was a little frustrated with my off-ice activities, and and had mentioned that he didn't think that I'd ever play like 300 games or 500 games, and in front of an entire organization said I would never play 1,000 games. So
wow.
that's been something in the back of my mind where I've just been like, not that I don't follow them at all. I'm not mad at them or nothing, but it's just, one of those things that just prove them wrong kind of thing in the back of my mind my whole career. So getting to that 1,000 will be very important, I think, for me, and kind of icing on the cake to a very fun and exciting career.
Yeah, as it sits now, you have 958 games, 670 points, 380 assists, 290 goals. If you hit any of these, and we've asked Tom Wilson the same thing, will you do the canoe celebration? Tom was iffy, but I really think you could do it.
I don't think I'll do the canoe. I don't know what. There's some weird thing about me. Whenever I score, I just point to someone. Usually, whoever passed me the puck last, even if it wasn't even like an exciting play.
Sure.
I'm looking for someone to go jump and celebrate with. So I don't think I got the canoe. I can maybe do the where you can you sit on the stick or
ride the horse.
Yeah, you can ride the horse maybe, or
shoot the duck. Throw the glove in the air.
Maybe the happy. Oh, I can't shoot the duck. I've never been able to my whole career.
Oh man!
I see little kids that I was at the wrestling hockey rink last week. I saw a little kid doing it. He's like 6. I haven't been able to do it my whole life.
And at this point, it's not worth it because best case you do it, worst case TJ Oshie out for 3 weeks, and they find out why.
Shooting the duck.
Intern John told him to shoot the duck.
I'm just going to assume when you score a goal this year and you point, I'm just going to be like, he told me he point, and that was for me.
That's for me.